Right now, millions of people are doing a dopamine detox completely wrong. They delete their apps for one day. They feel proud. They go right back to scrolling the next morning. And nothing changes. Because almost everything you have heard about dopamine detox is based on a misunderstanding of how your brain actually works. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what dopamine really is, what a detox actually does inside your brain, and what genuinely works based on real science. Here is the first thing almost nobody understands. Dopamine is not the chemical of pleasure. Most people believe dopamine is what makes you feel good. That is wrong. Dopamine is the chemical of wanting, not enjoying, wanting. And once you understand that one difference, everything about your habits starts to make sense. Let me explain this simply. Every time you check your phone, dopamine spikes before you even see the notification, not after, before. Your brain releases dopamine the moment it expects a reward, not when it actually receives one. This is why opening an app feels exciting, but scrolling through it for 20 minutes often feels empty. The wanting was strong, the reward was weak, and your brain learns to chase that gap over and over again. This single mechanism is the real reason short videos, notifications, and endless scrolling are so hard to resist. It is not a lack of discipline. It is biology. If this is the first time you are seeing how your brain actually works, you are going to want to see what comes next. This channel breaks down the real psychology behind your habits, your money, and your motivation. One simple explanation at a time. If you want to actually understand yourself instead of guessing, subscribe now so you do not miss what is coming. Now here is where most advice about dopamine detox completely falls apart. People think detoxing means feeling nothing for a day. No phone, no fun, no stimulation at all. But your brain does not work like a drain you empty once and forget about. It works like a sensitivity dial. The more constant high stimulation you give it, the more it turns that dial down just to keep up. That is why everything starts to feel boring after heavy phone use. Not because life became less interesting, because your brain quietly lowered its own sensitivity to match the noise. And here is the part that surprises almost everyone. A one-day detox does almost nothing for this dial. Your sensitivity does not reset in 24 hours. Research on dopamine regulation suggests this kind of adjustment happens gradually, over days and weeks of lower stimulation, not in a single afternoon without your phone. So when people quit after one boring day, they are not failing the detox. They are quitting exactly one step before it would have started working. So what actually works? Not eliminating stimulation completely, lowering it gradually and consistently. Replace constant high-intensity inputs, like endless short videos, with slower ones, like reading, walking, or a real conversation. Give your brain a few boring moments every single day on purpose. Not punishment, practice. Over time, your sensitivity dial resets itself. Ordinary things start feeling interesting again, because your brain is no longer drowning in artificial highs. This is not about willpower. It is about giving your brain the conditions it needs to recalibrate. Dopamine detox was never about punishing yourself for one day. It is about understanding how your own brain decides what feels exciting and what feels dull. Once you know the real mechanism, you stop fighting your brain. You start working with it. Now here is something interesting. This exact same mechanism, dopamine and wanting more, does not just control your phone habits, it controls your money too. There is a reason you can earn more and somehow still feel broke every single month. That video is called The Silent Trap. Watch it next.